Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
It has been a brutally cold weekend here in the inland Northwest. Thanks for joining us here tonight as we close out the weekend. I'm Jordan Smith. We're trading out these frigid temperatures for some snowfall here in the coming days. Meteorologist Matt Gray is here to break it all down. Matt.
Oh, and it's nice to come to you here this evening at 6 o'clock and not see below zero temperatures on the screen. It's 5 above in Spokane. It's 1 above in Coeur d'Alene. We do have a slight enough of a breeze that we are still seeing some slightly sub-zero wind chill, but it is not nearly at the dangerous levels that we saw even just 24 hours ago. So we are warming up. It's just, well, it's really taking quite a long time. Now, good news here, many areas, this is going to be our last sub-zero night. I expect this to be the last sub-zero night in Spokane and in Coeur d'Alene. We'll be down to 6 below in Coeur d'Alene tonight. We'll be down to 2 below in Spokane, and you can still see some areas across North Idaho that'll be close to that 10 below or even slightly colder than that. So it's still pretty darn cold out there tonight, but the warmth is creeping in ever so slightly, and you will still need to dress very warm if you are out and about on this Martin Luther King Jr. Monday. Sunshine will certainly help take the ease off of some of the cold weather. Plus, we will see double digits above zero widespread for the first time in a few days. That is going to feel really good. As Jordan mentioned, though, things are going to turn very quickly as we head later into the week. We've got winter storm watches up for a good chunk of the inland Northwest that includes Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We're talking about a snowstorm coming in that could be the snowiest storm we've had all winter long so far. I'll show you what we know right now coming up in your full forecast.
All right, Matt, thanks for that. And these wintry temperatures are showing no mercy. Households and businesses alike are feeling the frigid effects of frozen or burst pipes, including several locations over in Post Falls. One of these businesses is the Flying J. The pipes in their roof burst, taking out the entire ceiling in their laundry room. They're still without water to their entire building.
I've never experienced it this cold here before, so really wasn't prepared for this. I mean, everybody is aware that their pipes can freeze, but this is pretty big.
The Post Falls Library also falling victim to freezing temperatures. Their pipes bursting earlier today, causing them to evacuate and close. The library is anticipating a multi-day closure. Frozen pipes also struck a Spokane restaurant early this morning, forcing it to close early on one of its busiest days of the week. Hunter Bertram caught up with the owner of Chaps this afternoon.
This morning, staff at Chaps showed up expecting just a normal Sunday. However, their pipes were frozen, halting dishwashing but not service.
It just seemed to happen so quickly, which, you know, should be an indication of just how dangerous this weather can be for people. So we decided we would just serve all day until we ran out of dishes, which from the look of the line, it won't be too much longer.
Despite the early closure, customers came en masse to grab food, offer help, and support Chaps.
You know, so typical of Spokane that they would just still come out in force without complaining, without being upset, without feeling stressed, just here with their families, happily eating breakfast on a cold morning.
Celeste told me that the cleanup from today may take a while. However, operations will be back up and running soon. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Hunter, thanks for that. The other good news, Avista customers can now resume their normal energy use. On Friday, the company asked consumers to reduce their gas and electricity usage, and this was due to a mechanical issue with one of their natural gas suppliers, which has since been resolved. The company's president and chief operating officer thanked Avista customers for their understanding, cooperation, and efforts to conserve energy this weekend. With these extremely cold temperatures here in the inland Northwest, keeping your home warm can be difficult, and doing this while saving electricity is even harder. Allison Martinez spoke to Avista to share some energy-saving tips. So, Allison, what did you learn?
One of the biggest takeaways was something I learned from Avista's energy efficiency manager. She told me that in the inland Northwest, heating accounts for 40 to 60% of our average energy bill. Avista recommends keeping your thermostat at 68 degrees. Reducing it to less when you're away from home or sleeping is a good way to save some money on your energy bill. They also advise you to limit use of your bathroom and kitchen fan. Keeping these on for a long period of time can cost you in more ways than you think.
One of those fans can empty your entire home of heat if it's on for just an hour. So leaving it on for an extra hour can empty your entire home of heat. So again, use those fans only when they're needed.
With these cold temperatures, you want to keep as much warm air inside your home as possible. Pet doors and wall air conditioning units are two spaces to keep an eye on.
And during this winter cold snap, we don't want to lose warm air from our home. So covering those wall air conditioners and closing those pet doors or minimizing the use of those pet doors can help save customers money.
Your doors or windows are also likely to have air leaks. Window plastic and rope chalk are easy to find items at your local hardware store and could help you keep in the heat. For more money-saving tips for surviving this cold snap, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. Reporting in studio, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Some helpful tips there, Allison. Thanks for that. And in these cold temperatures, it's not surprising that many people are choosing to have their food delivered. However, there is a cost to this convenience, and that cost is rising. Seattle recently introduced a new delivery fee law ensuring that app-based food delivery workers receive minimum wage on par with other workers in the city. Supporters say that it'll help give tens of thousands of drivers a livable wage, but critics say it will make the costs of delivering food skyrocket.
The greatest concerns on like the restaurant side, more fees. Obviously, this particular fee is to help benefit the drivers who 100% deserve a living wage.
According to DoorDash, Seattle Dashers will earn at least $26.40 an hour before tips plus mileage. To balance the impact, the company is lowering the suggested tip amount on each order. Since the pandemic, many drivers have noticed a decrease in pay per order. This new legislation requires delivery apps to provide a minimum payment for mileage and for time worked. A victim was held at gunpoint in downtown Spokane today during an attempted carjacking. The Spokane Police Department responding to the incident, which happened this morning near the House of Charity at Brown Street and Pacific Avenue. The suspect has not yet been located. Fortunately, no injuries were reported and the car was not stolen. Well, stick around. There's so much more to come here on 4 News Now at 6 after the break.
So brave the weather and go out and save America.
It's the final day before the Iowa caucuses, and GOP presidential candidates are racing to give their final pitch to Iowa voters. We'll have more on what's predicted to be the state's coldest caucus ever. Plus, we'll get a view of the Palouse Falls in this week's Air for Adventure coming up.
And things are going to change pretty quickly. Instead of talking about sub-zero cold, we're going to be talking about snow and difficult driving conditions as we head into the middle of the week and beyond. And yes, we even have rain in the forecast as we go through plenty of changes in your extended outlook after this break.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Schedule now for spring and receive $500 off.
3, 2, 1.
The new year is here, and that means it's time to jump into the gym and get those New Year's resolutions going to move more in 2024.
Let's go!
Lose some inches.
Drop a few pounds.
Get stronger.
Whatever your goals are, Move Fitness has the staff, trainers, and facilities to get the job done. Plus, you can sign up now with no enrollment fee to be the best you can be and move more in 2024.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Have you been looking for the perfect pre-owned vehicle and wondered, Where have all the used cars gone?
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we have the best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Whether you're looking for a Toyota, Subaru, Ford, or maybe that perfect Honda.
Every pre-owned vehicle is quality inspected and ready for you to take home today.
We work with local lenders to get you the rate you deserve.
Inventory changes daily, so come see us at Coeur d'Alene Honda or visit us on our website at cdahonda.com.
When it comes to quality roofing solutions, trust the experts at Roofs by Premier. Roofs by Premier has more than 50 years of experience in the Inland Northwest. Schedule now for spring and receive $500 off.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU and Volunteers Count.
Oh, from out of the frying pan and into the potential for heavy snow. That's right. A possible weather alert day for Wednesday. That would be when most of the snow falls coming up this weekend, when we would likely have the worst driving conditions. And while we are very confident we are going to see some snow, there is a potential, and at least right now it's a growing potential, for a lot of us to see heavy snow. And what by that I mean 8 inches or more around North Idaho and in the Spokane area, and that would be majority falling on Wednesday. So a possible weather alert day. Let's go over this storm system, which could end up being the snowiest one of this winter so far. Through Monday, we're good. Most of Tuesday, we're good. But as we start to get into Tuesday evening, we start to see the storm move in. We'll begin with snow in the Cascades, the potential for some freezing rain, by the way, on the other side of the mountains in Seattle. And as we go through the night, we'll see that snow sweep across our area. And so as we're getting up Wednesday morning, we've got snow on the ground, we've got difficult driving, and we just keep on stacking that snow through pretty much the entirety of Wednesday, although we will start to see warm air pushing in to the Tri-Cities and over into the LC Valley, which will eventually start to flip things over here. That'll either be Wednesday or early on Thursday. And once again, how fast that warm air comes up, one of the big questions that we still have to answer with this storm. Now, as we go through the rest of the week, eventually we will flip over to a wintry mix of freezing rain. So we'll add a little crust on top of the snow around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene before the end of the week, and hopefully some calmer conditions heading into next weekend. But let's talk about snow amounts. So we're pretty confident that we're going to see 4 inches or more in places like Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, across many parts of North Idaho. As you work your way further south, though, to where that warmer air is going to be a little closer in the Palouse into central Washington, places like Lewiston, well, you're likely going to see some snow, but it is going to be considerably less than what other parts of our region are going to receive. And I tell you what, our odds right now in the computers for more than 8 inches of snow, well, they're pretty high for this far out here. We're more than 48 hours away from this. And so we're talking about 60% chance in Sandpoint, a 50% chance in Coeur d'Alene, a 60% chance in the Silver Valley. So some significant signs that we could be heading for quite a bit of snow in a short amount of time. Here's the preliminary outlook here for what's going on. You notice there's a lot of impact in North Idaho. And look, it's not a weather alert day officially declared yet because we want to get this right. We want to make sure, because the type of snow totals you see here, that's a huge impact on you and your day and your week. So we'll keep you updated over the next 48 hours. As for tonight, we'll be down to 2 below around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and we'll be right around 12 in the afternoon. So slowly but surely we are getting warmer. It's just taking its sweet time getting there. We'll be above freezing by next weekend, but there's a whole lot of weather in between now and then, Jordan.
Yeah, certainly is, Matt. Thanks so much for that. And those chilly temperatures are not just here in Spokane and the Northwest. Severe weather in Iowa has forced the candidates to cancel some in-person events on this crucial final weekend before the state's caucuses. Now there are concerns the dangerous cold and blizzard conditions could hurt voter turnout on Monday evening. Here's ABC's Em Nguyen with the latest from Des Moines, Iowa.
Heavy snow, high winds, and dangerously cold temperatures continue to plague the Hawkeye State as voters weigh whether to show up for Monday's caucuses.
The nation watches how we respond with our caucus votes, and I think it's important for everyone to go out and do their part to support their candidate and whoever that may be.
So with the weather outside, do you think it's going to deter you at all from going on Monday?
No, I'm going to go.
I've thought about not going, but I'm going to go.
After canceling in-person events Friday, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley was back on the campaign trail Saturday.
And that decision's going to set the tone for the rest of the country.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis betting big on Iowa, visiting all 99 counties since he began his campaign.
We are going to fight because we are going to turn this country around. I'm running for your issues, your family's issues, and solely to turn this country around.
The Trump campaign canceled 3 in-person rallies this weekend, instead addressing his supporters virtually.
They're saying the Trump voter has so much more spirit, dedication, they say they'll walk over it last, that the Trump voter's coming to vote.
A Saturday night poll of caucus goers shows that Donald Trump leads the Republican primary pack with nearly 50% of the vote. Nikki Haley in second with 20% and Ron DeSantis in third with 16%.
If DeSantis, gets a lot of steam here, and then, he's been doing a lot of, campaigning. So if he gets a lot of steam, that could help him, later on.
With sub-zero temperatures expected tomorrow, it's likely going to be the coldest Iowa caucus night. According to the National Weather Service, the previous record was set in 2004 when temperatures did not get any higher than 16 degrees. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
A very cold day for voters. Meantime, closer to home here, Palouse Falls is a stunning natural waterfall that drops 200 feet into a churning bowl, and that water winds through a gorge and then into the Snake River. And tonight, therefore, we will give you a bird's eye view of one of the most popular waterfalls here in Washington.
When I came out here, he says, well, there's one place you got to go. And so this is how we ended up right here. It's absolutely spectacular. You come around the corner and all of a sudden it's shocking because you see all this flat land and then there's the waterfall, and it's hard to decide which direction to look at. It's a very humbling experience being here. Part of it is not only the natural things, but to read that people were actually here 10, 12,000 years ago. And, when you come to a place like this, you appreciate what we've been given, the legacy of this, and you just want to do everything you can to maintain and sustain it. No matter where you are or where you go, this is just many levels. Just, I hate to use the word it's trite, but it's awesome.
Coming up in sports, the Washington State Cougs are coming off a huge upset over the 8th-ranked Arizona Wildcats. See how a familiar face was able to help the Cougs to their biggest win of the season.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections, sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable reliable, and environmentally friendly. Andy's team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andy's to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andy's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
From the beautiful craftsmanship of cabinets to the stylish looks of granite, quartz, and marble countertops, Northwest Granite has the staff and selection to help you transform your home, office, or cabin into the place of your dreams. Northwest Granite.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. And during Purple's New Year, New You event, save up to $800 on select mattress and adjustable base bundles. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Well, it's been a pretty good week if you're a Washington State Cougar fan. First, you get to see your bitter rival lose in the national championship game. And then 3 days later, the head coach dips off to Alabama. And now the basketball team owns the best win in the state of Washington this season as the Cougs took down a top 10 Arizona team for the second straight season with their 73-70 win inside Beasley Coliseum last night. Transfer forward Isaac Jones led the team in scoring with 24 points. But once again, the star of the show, freshman guard Miles Rice. You know his story by now, coming back this season after beating cancer last year, and he has lived up to the hype and more. Last night scoring the game-sealing basket with under 30 seconds left to cap off a 18-point performance, and his confidence is just growing.
He was mad at me at the end of the year. He said, "I don't feel appreciated." I was like, "What are you talking about? You're trying to survive." It's like, I show up at practice, I don't get enough reps. I'm like, you have... You've got Hodgkin's level. You're not, whatever. So he had never doubted himself. He never doubts himself. He'll make some mistakes, but he just he's persistent.
Like I said, it's always trusting your craft. At the end of the day, if I'm 0 for 5 from the free throw line and I got to make 2 to win the game, I'm going to make the 2 to win the game no matter what.
Now, the Cougs still won't be ranked when the polls come out on Monday, but they can pick up a couple quality wins this next weekend when they travel down to the Bay Area to take on Cal and Stanford. Now to the Washington State women, where they took on UW in Seattle this afternoon. In the first quarter, Huskies up 10, but Eleonora Villa cuts into the lead with a triple right here. She finishes with a team-high 16 points. Start of the second, Cougs still on the comeback trail. Beyonce B receives the nice pass inside. It's going to finish with the layup to make it only a 5-point game now. After the break, Washington State was able to take the lead, but Washington not backing down. Dahala Daniels knocks down the 3 of her own, keeping the Huskies within striking distance. But back come the Cougs. Off a catch and shoot, their senior guard Charlize Ledger-Walker hits the 3. Just 8 points all day for her, but that one was big. In the fourth quarter, Wazoo closing in on the win now. In transition, Tara Wallach knocks it down from beyond the arc, makes it a 9-point game. Then with under 2 to play, here's the knockout blow. Ledger-Walker finds B under the basket in a nice finish. Washington State avenges their loss from a month ago and also snaps a 3-game losing streak. They're now going to return home to face off against an Arizona State squad on Friday evening. Now, on the east side of the state, the Gonzaga women are enjoying one of their best starts in program history after they improved to 16-2 on the year with an 85-67 win against San Diego. Now, while the game was relatively close for about 3 quarters, this one never really in doubt as the number 16th ranked Bulldogs used that high-powered attack to pull away. Forward Yvonne Ejim scored a game-high 25 points, and Kaylee Trong added 21 of her own. And the path is now clear for this team to make a run through the WCC schedule and potentially be hosting NCAA tournament games.
Still didn't really, it just felt like we just kept making one basket at a time, which is kind of what we're supposed to do anyway, right? But they're a really good defensive team. I think they've spent a lot of time working on defense.
Meanwhile, the Gonzaga men are headed in the opposite direction after suffering their 5th loss of the season already, this time in a 77-76 stunner against Santa Clara on Thursday night. And now there's a really, very real chance that this team, if they don't win the WCC tournament, is going to be on the outside looking in of the NCAA tournament, which would snap their 25-year streak. Now, when the polls come out tomorrow morning, we do expect the Bulldogs to slip out of the AP Top 25 for the first time in 143 weeks. Certainly something that no one saw coming just a few months ago. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Spokane Tribe Casino.
My dry eyes made me a burning, stinging 5 times a day.
Makeup smearing, drops user.
I want another option. That's not another drop.
Tyrvaya. It's not another drop. It's the first and only nasal spray for dry eye. Tyrvaya treats the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease fast by helping your body produce its own real tears. Common side effects include sneezing, cough, and throat and nose irritation.
Relying only on drops? Not me. My own real tears are my relief.
Ask your eye doctor about Tyrvaya.
We're not supposed to be out here, which is exactly why we are. With standard all-wheel drive, specially tuned off-road drive mode, designed to bring the outdoors in. The off-road ready Mazda CX-50. We're looking for outsiders.
Right now at Foothills Mazda, get 0% financing for 5 years and 0 down payment with approved credit on the all-wheel drive Mazda CX-50. Shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
My late father-in-law lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had AMD. I didn't know it then, but it can progress to GA, an advanced form of the disease. His struggle with vision loss from AMD made me want to help you see warning signs of GA, like straight lines that seem wavy, blurry or missing visual spots that make it hard to see faces, like this one, or trouble with low light. That makes driving at night a real challenge. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. GA is irreversible. It's important to catch it early. Talk to your eye doctor about GA and learn more at GAWon'tWait.com.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
From refinishing cabinets, doors, and trim to painting walls and ceilings, Everhart Painting has you covered. Everhart Painting has been Spokane's premier painting contractor for over 50 years. Call now for our winter special. Everhart Painting, your painter for life.
All right, no sub-zero on the 7-day forecast, but something that is still going to be quite impactful here. We have kind of ducked and dodged some of the bigger snowstorms in many areas, not everywhere. We saw some pretty good snow in some spots last week, but this one looks like it could be the snowiest yet here this winter. So it was so calm for so long, and then the last 2 weeks we have just kicked it into overdrive.
That's right, all at once, as the Inland Northwest likes to do.
Yeah, it does seem that way, doesn't it?
Time to break out the sleds. We'll see you tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.